plays first as well, so it depends on you playing first.
Yes.
But yeah.
So have you got a plan for the? I mean, I suppose the system.
I'm gonna play. This is where I enjoy playing my megaliths now, mostly it seems. Where there's no max C threat
You just have to draw
to
that
worry
dot,
about.
60 cards. Draw dot. The 60 card is solid for that. Yeah.
It's the 50 size variant that includes my waifu.
Yeah, so you can switch.
And then this one's the stun variant. I saw once. Technically, if Block Dragon were still around and if I wanted to,
So, everyone at home, I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the game and the analysis.
I could use Black Chaos Max
And the Snake Eye Kashtira deck. So, keep watching and we'll be back with another feature match soon.
to lock people out of monster effects. But I don't really like Magician of Black Chaos. I don't like Dark Magician. Actually, why is this named Black Chaos, not instead of Dark Chaos? Translation inconsistencies.
Okay, I brought Bestial Runic to Bologna partially because I just really liked it, but also because there were a lot of other decks in the format that just had a lot of distinct weaknesses. And so at the end of the day, none of the options really satisfied me, so I figured like I'm just gonna bring the deck that I'm having the most fun with, genuinely, and that was Bestial.
And that's it, shakes the hand, that's it. See ya.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to pick one favorite moment in what's been like 20 years now, but very much up there is my back-to-back YCS finals against Billy Break both times, which is one of my favorite stories with one of my closest friends in Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. So I'm gonna go with that. Joshua's gone. My goals are.
Well, I wanted to play with stun first. Whatever.
Things I've done already, there's still things that are missing. So I am still really looking to make it to
of
the World
course.
Championship.
I never paper
I've never
scissors.
been German national or European champion, so I'm gonna try my best to at some point. But really, it's just about having a good time. But it's always been about. I've always enjoyed playing. And
Oh boy, they're probably playing Runic or something. Equally stun heavy. Well, they can't card of Demise. There's a terraforming. Ah, it's Trickstars. That also sucks. Imperm will not do anything to Candina. She's just most likely gonna bounce back right away. They're link climbing. 2. Nope. I already said that's not worth imperming. There should be better targets. Oh, Trick Starlight stage. Here comes the Link Monster. It's making me draw a card. I don't know. I'll allow it. Here comes Licorice. I have read the Trickstars. I have tried making a deck with them before, if you remember correctly. If people actually, I don't think I ever recorded. What's going on? What the hell? Oh my god. Bruh. Sure, let me draw the card. I'll take the hits. There's no way this is an FTK, right? Okay. Okay, cool. I'm not dead. Wait, yep. Oh my god, I completely forgot about the present card. And this card isn't limited. Actually, the Trickstar Light Stage or whatever it's called, or that the trap card. Wait, shit, I'm dead. Bruh. How do I beat this? I don't really see anything in my side deck that could help. So, alright. There's some showing second cards, that's for sure. It doesn't seem like they have any I mean, they could have Nibiru. Ah, Droll and Lock. Your hand. Oh my god, Raigeki. Oh my god, these all fucking suck. They literally drew all the hand traps. And that's just destruction. I can't beat that hand. Bro, what the fuck? That was fast. Alright, we're trying the stun variant now. Oh. Oh, there you go. Good old rock. That's what we're playing after all. We're playing rocks. Damn, 3 rocks in a row. Nobody expects it. This is an acceptable hand. Oh my god, is this Is this the same guy? Only one licorice this time. They don't have the link one. Let's see it. We know you have it. Uh, there's really no point in playing these right away. Let's see if they're chaining any further. Yep, there it fucking is. Fuck this. I'm at least gonna play my unformed before it fucking disappears into oblivion. Are you fucking joking? Do they have a hand trap? Is it another roll and lock? I get burned either way. So I'm gonna do a lot of special summons and a lot of... So like either way, I fucking lose. At least with gift cards, they were sent to the graveyard. Ooh la la. Why couldn't I get my search? Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. Why did I fucking put Pot of Extravagance? How do you? I fucking die if I die by playing the game. Troll and Lock literally doesn't do anything against them. No hand traps this time. I think Baguska might do something, but realistically speaking, not really. Benton doesn't do much in this deck other than searching for vanities. Oh, oh, are they gonna follow it up with a Dark Ruler? No, a Raigeki. Alright, that makes enough sense. That's a 3-off. Mamma mia. Wait, hold on. Uh, okay, so I can't use Pot of Extravagance to search. But for some reason, Pot of fucking not desires, Pot of Prosperity allows me to, at least in Master Duel, cannot draw cards by card effects. Cannot draw any cards by card effects. I don't get it. Let's just increase the ratio a little, I suppose.
I guess. Okay, so to summon out the engraver. And now the thing is, for Snake Eye, that might be a bit of an issue because then you don't get anywhere really. But the Yuba deck, of course, has Aerial Legion technically available to it. But we do go for Necro Princess here, interestingly enough.
Yeah, it's basically a full combo because once you get to the Aerial Eater, you can then
Someone's
set
playing
the
Drytron.
back of the gates, and then you can just basically go full
On a
combo from there. So,
YCS.
yeah, doing really well to play through both disruptions on Marco's side here. This is beautifully played. See if he can muscle through any potential last cards in hand, although I think the final card in hand we know is Meteonis Drytron here.
Did he add it back?
Yeah, he added it back from the grave by reducing the attack.
Okay.
Oh, but then he did use it actually to summon out.
Yeah,
Benton,
he summoned out Benton, and then I don't think he had enough opportunity to bring it back. So there is the Aerial Legion here in this deck.
Let's
we actually
just
summon
try
it
it.
also through the effect
Doesn't
of the
seem like
sequence. And
I'm getting any more
just,
players.
Its normal ability to be fusion summoned. And now we discard the chamber, another card you don't want to draw, but the opening from Sven wasn't good enough for Ash Plus and Upgrader, so you don't even care if you have a bad card in Ash, discard it anyways, and now
Let me add both of them for the purposes
really, really
of
strong
testing
how,
real quick, I
much
suppose.
the Beatsmith engine does for Yubel specifically. Previously, it was just, well, Snake Eye, as you mentioned, the ability to fit into your Snake Eye engine, be it an Aerial Eater, sort of taking up that spot in Yubel as the way to connect your Beatsmith because of that set. Alright, a huge combo here with the throne destroying and then summoning out the hand as well. That's powerful.
Channel down here. Is that another
Can I open a bad hand? Or specifically, can I open my pots?
Well,
I know they're one-ofs, but I am like the master of drawing my one-offs. Like, that was 2 times in a row I opened up with
That's
fucking Ben 10. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, it shouldn't matter too much play our judges will.
Yeah, definitely a very action deck. Maybe there's something about Aerial double beats. Not really. Yard still continuing with the linking. There is Rage. And even though that deck has so much follow-up in the graveyard, playing Perpetual Evil and the Rage would be very, very, very tough in general.
Yeah, I mean, even if you can't close out the game here, because usually you kind of struggle sometimes. All that reflected damage from monsters.
Wait a minute.
Still gonna be able to set up powerful follow-up.
I need to save first. No wonder. I literally hadn't been drawing them because I couldn't.
I mean, it's better off in the graveyard. Let's summon it back, so you want to have it there.
For what it's worth, those were some pretty. It's proving that I really don't need. Okay, this kind of sucks. I mean, if I can get
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been somewhat prominent over the course of the recent years. We saw Yubel Fire King doing pretty well in Duel Links and Uranus with some support. And, yeah, working quite well together with anything that
okay, preparation of rights works.
Working quite well.
Wow, all 3 of them,
just
huh?
won the World Championship, to be honest. But sure.
Yeah, it was pretty much untouched. TCG exclusives.
Yeah, you remember seeing Aerial Leader and Necro Princess, which actually is definitely a hit, but it wasn't enough to stop Rupert Aranda, of course, from winning the entire thing.
I can activate it.
They did, yeah.
This little substitution, basically, for the TCG side of things. Limitless. We also get to go.
I activate, I'm gonna discard, I'm gonna put Candle.
Yep, grabbing our extra deck, overlaying, and that is such a crucial
Candle effect activates, so yeah. Pot of the
so good into, for example,
Pot of Prosperity still lets you draw, still lets you search, which is weird.
And I think that's why one of the benefits of Yubel, specifically Paradress, is that typically you don't really have a lot of spell interaction. You know, you have so many ways to disrupt your opponent's monster effect. Thousand times not so much, but that's where and our address works so well.
For sure.
I guess we do a little bit of damage, and in the end phase, the Beckoning Beast and the SQ Little Knight return.
Have the extra link and all of the cards, so Marco Pastore wins game 1 versus Sven Rehmann after he won the die roll. His Drytron deck, a deck that I could never stop going second against it with any amount of headshots, basically without drawing Lockbird or 20 Mystials. But Marco was there. He threw at.
It's quite bold to bring that kind of a deck into a tournament where you're just expecting a lot of Mystials. Because both of the decks we're seeing right here in the featured match are decks that are heavily hindered by resolving Mystials. I mean, Jubel, the one that is being targeted by them, a lot of people in the hall are playing it because Jubel is the best deck. But of course, Drytron a deck that naturally also struggles so hard against those cards.
It begs the question a lot, I think, when you play something like Drytron. The idea behind playing sort of like a more rogue strategy is that it has some sort of niche that can capitalize on that format.
Totally.
But because of, as you mentioned, the Beastials, it gets caught in a crossfire, so it's it can be quite a difficult choice, you know, when you pick something like that that also is, you know, just that crossfire of
For sure.
Fight that.
That is why my beloved Ultra guys never really made it to the top because there was always Sky Striker.
Alright, I can still activate.
Still a trip removals.
Okay, so
I saw an honorable Sky Striker
was it
player
Trickstars that was preventing me
But yeah,
from
he's still
searching
out there.
any
Oh,
cards?
We're going to feature my favorite deck
Was
of all
that
time,
it?
of course. Which is fun to see. It is, Sky Strikers, all the way. You thought it's summer, what?
It must have been, yeah.
Fun recently, haven't you? But yeah, that was kind of a very big advantage for Marco here, because when you lose that dice roll, especially in a combo mirror, it can feel like the game can be over before it's even started. But you know, those hand traps, and again, that's why Marco's playing so many hand traps and Beastials, just because there's so many U-Bell mirror matches that he probably expects to play. They work really well into combo because field breaking capability is not really that incredible against U-Bell, so you just have to try and stop them as best as you can. That's where Ash, Valor, Mourner, Beastials are all coming.
You have the
even against
space too in
Drytron.
that deck. That's a great thing about it, right?
I mean, his hand was absolutely incredible as well. You know, he had the double Valor, Ash Blossom, plus throw 1-for-1.
Well, I mean, I've already proven I
can
don't
see that the
really
players
need
so let's get it
these
over to
draw
the table for
cards.
game 2 of round number 4.
In this variant,
Alright, Marco going to have to go second again here.
I will
with
probably
one
need to
hole
keep
advantage.
it here.
So yes, Sven is going to. I love this like draw for 5 that he does.
he misses drawing for turn in the first turn.
Maybe it just feels good or something, you know.
You're never miss your draw phase if you do like that. It's true. Remembering to activate your runic cards in draw phase to play around Troll and Lockbirds might be important.
True.
Not for him, but sure. Troll and Lockbirds still though a pretty big problem for him. But this card, Cyber Emergency, same as he did lead in game number 1. Of course, playing into that Troll and Lockbird if it is miraculously there in Marco's head, but it is not. So Sven already can feel safe about that.
Yeah, I mean, Drill and Lockbird is also a card that's being played recently, seeing a bit of resurgence. It is super strong against U-Bell. Like, their main decks with hand traps and powerful deal. Bell deck here, but no draw in this matchup. Looks like we might be somewhat uninhibited here as we go for
Marco!
Instead of
Is he letting it through? I think it will probably be a Bistia, but then you would have to decide, do you want to go after the Benton? Because you can go after the Benton and then it wouldn't be able to activate as a fact. Or do you go after the Zeta, making it not come out to the field? That is what he is doing in this case.
I think that's probably a very good play if you have more hand traps.
Pretty much the same combo from here. I want to draw second Inception.
That's a good point. So combining Beastials with other hand traps works so well, particularly into Drytron here. And as you mentioned, the activation location doesn't quite get to resolve because it was discarded for the cost there.
But there is the new guy in town. Oh wait, no, is it him?
Yeah, we are searching
That's
out
Mewtwo.
It is Mewtwo, right? Yep, and look, he has to read it. Marco immediately picks up the card.
You know, there is a new boss monster for the Drytrons, but this one is new too.
Yeah, it is new too. I love it, Leo. You're
I
just
want fire
on the ball.
Was having a second
You sheriff in
copy
town.
of this help me in any way, shape, or form?
But
The answer is
machine
not
ritual
really,
monsters,
right?
but there is pretty powerful machine ritual monsters that are also, as you just said, new boss monster in town. Is of course we drive from Eternos Da Draconets. The Da Dragon is just the Draconets. Yeah, it's just
as well.
Get more nerd.
I mean, this is like the only Drytron monster that actually activates on the field. Like, all the others just do it while they are summoning from the graveyard as one effect, but Mewtwo actually activates on the field. Therefore, we are able to hit it with the Warner. Yes, we're right. Did have another anti-reaction to follow up the Magnet there.
Working so well together, the Bestials and all of the other different hand traps available in the format, so super strong, especially into Drytron. Still able to keep extending some more of the bodies
This
provided
is playable, but how would I
despite their
play
negation.
this?
You
I
go
can
for
technically play through 3 negates
Fafnir,
here,
Beta Fafnir, going to be able
but
to send the
what
Drytron
order
from
do
deck
I
to the
need to
grave, and then
play?
able to maybe cycle something like a Gamma for more
I
bodies.
guess start with normal summon of Diviner.
Not sure if we can actually perform a ritual summon, right?
I mean, we don't have the ritual spell, which is already a pretty big problem, so maybe that was very wise from Wako there to use the Magnet on Zeta.
And then we'll
Perhaps we can
follow
maybe
it
do
up with
something with
Unformed,
the
and then last is
Diviner.
Chalice Lime.
You could send it with Fafnir, that's true, yeah. There would be a way to it, but I think instead, we are going to the already, that is the already mentioned new Draconets, the Dot Draconets.
But it has 5,000 attack. How do you ritual summon this? Because you
Can't get anything from the graveyard if I summon with that way.
So you already have like 4,000 attack points
I mean,
ready.
if Diviner gets negated but doesn't get
It's quite a
destroyed,
heavy
I can...
cost, isn't it? But a powerful
if that
boss
happens,
monster
I
in its own
search...
right. Definitely a huge addition to this deck.
I search for
And
Ophiel,
replacing the
and from there I can either Unformed right away,
So,
and if I know the opponent doesn't have anything,
be able
just
to
Chalice
provide
Lime into
multiple
Candle,
disruptions.
and go standard combo
Here
from
is
there.
the Diviner for the normal summon. A normal summon required in this deck, and we are going to be sending Herald of the Arclight here. That's going to be able to pick up
Third Benton.
Possibly, but I mean...
They're playing 2017 Drytron.
Yeah, you can search the ritual spell with the Herald of the Arclight as well.
This
Usually
works
they always
fantastically.
search for ritual monster,
So,
but very clearly with Herald of the
I
Arclight you can
can
also search
actually
ritual
just
spell.
do the thing we can discard here, Candle, Inception.
And he will be using it. There it is.
You have to go for that just because it was
Unfortunately, if
denied
it
from
gets
the Bestial
negated,
hitting
that's
the
my
Zeta there,
only
so we
play.
are sacrificing off for the Draconets here.
Okay, but that just works apparently.
You can probably detach two and
Or,
sacrifice.
I mean, I guess...
does that work?
I don't, apparently.
Yeah, true, it does. Yeah, because normally you wouldn't have to tribute the Mobeta Fafnir itself. Yeah, true. So it acts as
As long as the negation doesn't destroy the Chalice Lime from my hand.
And we haven't even activated Pot of Prosperity yet? Are you kidding me?
That's
the one-off, the limited card now, still in the opening hand, and I saw in his side deck, there's plenty of options you want to get here. How about an anti-spell fragrance for 2? For free. How about a Dimensional Barrier? Or how about Trap Drink being all better than 1? What do you think about that? There's so many options, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Prosperity is a great card just because after you've been disrupted, once you play through a couple of disruptions, you can then fish for anything you need. Do you need an extender? Do you need another starter because of all of that disruption? Or are you happy with your combo and then just dig out one of these powerful side deck cards?
Yeah, I love that. The trap card, spectacular. Give me 14.
Look how is he revealing them? I don't see purple there. It's no trap cards.
You can go Called by the Grave. That's a pretty strong card.
Yeah, there's a couple of good options here. We've got Droplet Callback for disruption. Potentially Nova as well if we want to go for more extension.
Yeah.
Emergency. We actually used emergency.
Yeah, we did already. It's got emergency.
We don't need to control no monsters for Nova, right?
Oh, are we?
Oh, is he thinking emergency?
Oh, but
There's
does
no
he
way.
remember
No,
that?
extravagance is really risky to bring.
On the bottom of the graveyard, you rather don't want to make that mistake there. That could have been a costly one.
Alright, so anymore? Okay.
You did remember in time. All of those options honestly aren't that great. Look, we just take the called by, It's just going to be called by.
Yeah, it could call by really good. You know, you can hit the Spirit of Yubel. That's going to shut off a lot of extension because it is not a once per turn. And denying all of the bodies is going to be super powerful. Does Sven know that you refer to him
I'm
as
gonna
Sven
go
Boy?
play Genshin now.
Don't know.
It's not the first time I hear it.
I'm gonna try one more match.
Alright, so remind us exactly how this Draconets works. What is the disruption and how is this such a powerful monster in this
It's
matchup?
actually so insane because, first of all, continuous attack saying your other Drytron monsters, which are plenty on the field right now, as you can clearly see, cannot be destroyed by card effects, but
Found
also
someone.
not only one
I
but
was about to
twice
give up.
per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect. You can just banish a Drytron monster and from your graveyard actually, so that at least works. And then you can negate the effect activation
Never
and
mind,
destroy
I
the card
found no
too.
one.
Yeah, so the whole theme of the Drytrons is that they're very much kind of like attack-based. Ritual summoning with attack points is not something you really see. It's quite
there
a
you
unique
go.
thing about it. Therefore, likewise, the disruption is in a very similar way.
I'm
We
gonna
continue
go
the Magma
scissors.
results in the end
No
phase,
dice.
searching out Druid's
Hell
Worm.
yeah.
And still in the end phase, we could potentially bring out step up, potentially forcing out the Draconids, but maybe you want to save it for your turn because it is twice per turn. You would essentially give them 3 disruptions almost.
I think we're definitely waiting on that. Either way, you've got to banish Drytrons from the grid. Yeah, true. It will be successful, but banishing of Drytrons will somehow happen. There's opening of the Spirit Gate. Speaking of one-offs, right?
Yeah.
On the one hand, we see the Pot of Prosperity. Here we have the opening of the Spirit Gates. Honestly, not the optimal opening now because we cannot search opening with the Dark Beckoning Beast now anymore. But of course, we are playing the Chaos Summoning Beast to kind of make up
he's
for
still
that.
playing that.
I'm pretty sure I saw it in game 1, didn't he?
Because usually people don't play that anymore because
Oh
of
wait!
the fact that
I thought I saw it in game 1, but there is no, it did not. So that is actually very crucial because he cannot activate the effect of Dark Beckoning Beast here.
Yeah, so
because the Forbidden limited it.
yeah, so because of the limitation, people generally don't need to go for the second name anymore.
Oh my
Well,
god!
Dark
2 Dark
Oh.
Beckoning Beasts.
Wow. Good though? Not ideal, opening 2 portions of that engine. You really want to be seeing like something like a Bone, a Nightmare Pain, and a Spirit of Yubel potentially, but that kind of is checked by the Call by the Grave, so yeah, I mean, it's really, really, it doesn't look like much, but it is a super powerful boss monster combined with Call by the Grave. Very, very strong.
Very, very tough to answer. And Marco right now struggling to find any potential answers in his extra deck, but now apparently he has found one. That's going to be Yama. Looks like it. Maybe also Phoenix to just go after one of those set cards already. But that would be a huge commitment, wouldn't it? Or it is just the Yama. Fair enough.
Right.
No time wasted on Spence, and he immediately responds with the Draconids.
And here it comes. We're banishing the Fafnir. Low attack points on the Yama, checked by just a singular banish. Still have one more disruption in the tank here for the DA Draconids. Da Draconid.
I like the Da.
Da Draconid. Alright, Yama is negated and destroyed. We can potentially use the Spirit Gates to discard and bring back another body.
There's the Jury's Worm now. You kind of have to respect it, right? You have to negate it. Or, yeah, okay. For a second, if they're targeting a dark monster in their own graveyard, you could kind of hinder it with Called by the Grave, but of course they're not going to do that as they just targeted the Drytron monster in the opponent's graveyard.
It's big value to just get rid of your opponent's Drytron and summon a body. But I think without a doubt, Sven's going to feel inclined to negate this because Drew's Worm can just be linked off and forces out the Draconids.
Oh, look at that. Little did we know, there is the Jury's Worm on the field.
That's interesting. Okay, we're gonna let the Drew's Worm resolve here, but yeah, you just make Closed Heaven and then trigger the Drew's Worm to force out, no?
Sounds good early.
Yeah.
I mean, now we can call by that, but actually that trade's somewhat okay with the call by. That might be the best value we get for the call by, because call by is pretty bad to the opening of Spirit Gates because it doesn't target, and therefore that doesn't really work. Oh, that for a second looked like he would pick up his cards, but no, he's still in this. He just wanted to tidy them up just to tell him.
Not a lot really that Marco can do here unless he specifically has a good discard with this gate, because if you go into the Phoenix Pit, I think you absolutely want to gate the special summon.
No. But I kind of did it. It says to me that he has Throne in hand. The last card?
Okay.
Wait, did he just activate? Looks like he activated the moon. Oh, what? There's no way, right? No. God. Well, are we just going into the battle phase, maybe? Attacking? Apparently. He was pointing towards the moon. Yeah, it has 1,002 attack points, so maybe that's just the battle phase right now. Was he using the effect? I think he's just using the effect of moon. How do you get to League 5 now with all the monsters? That's a challenge. You have to summon
I don't want that to resolve at all.
You don't have to use it immediately, right? It's just this turn.
Oh,
if you link
right. Maybe just trying to, like... We're baiting.
Yeah,
I think we're baiting pretty surely, because in that Yubel extra deck, there's no way Frank stands for a god, let's be real.
It's one of the tightest in the For sure. There is the summon they're using the Light Fiend of the 7 to go into Dark Requiem. Yeah, I guess Marco's just deciding to enter the here because you can see his and we have a Fiendsmith Engraver. Yeah, we could use that, go for a track and try to do something there.
Eventually, we will also have to worry about Yama in the graveyard because as soon as we destroy something on the field, that Yama is going to trigger in the graveyard. Okay,
but this
it's
is
good now because it's not on the field when it goes and uses its effect now.
Yeah, so because it tributes itself for cost, it's in the graveyard, it doesn't trigger the Yama because you can't destroy something in the grave.
Nice. Let's see. Can Marco extend through that, or was that really enough?
Should be able to, right? We've got still, so
Do we have thrown still? I think he has thrown in hand.
oh, there it is.
That's massive.
And this is basically just full combo from here.
That's a giant throne. I mean, did not fall. It still is the opening of the spirit gate. Maybe a cosmic cyclone? No. Oh. There's no cosmic cyclone, Leo. I'm sorry, your favorite card not going to be in play here.
I keep saying it. You know how insane this card would have been here?
I mean, he is signing it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he also signed it in, but didn't pick it up. Like, all of his powerful going first card.
Oh, summon.
That might work.
That might work. So how did we get the Lotus on the field? The opening? By discarding?
Itself, yeah.
Must we discard?
It's
Just discard the float. Yeah, because it doesn't target, of course.
Yeah, good old Lumina,
Yeah.
summon Lumina.
Oh, Marco checking the graveyard. Any way to extend from here? Oh, just imagine if he's with tracked or something now.
Yeah, he's going Graver.
He does have a grave in hand?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Trying to figure out like how to
Best
sequence
man,
after.
useless man, and
Yeah.
he discard it. And when it's shaking his hand, he knows what that means. And execute now. How far does that engraver get him?
Yeah, no, already using not using any portion of the deck here, although starting with Engraver is a little bit weaker, but still more than enough to get a combo going here as we bring out the Luri, start for effect from the hand, especially itself in the graveyard.
This is looking. There we go. It's oh my. That is a good card to have there as your last card in hand. Also, it was so well baited, right? Because he was going for the Requiem, so you would not really expect him to have the Engraver, and therefore you negate the Requiem, and because it also doesn't trigger the Yama.
Otherwise, you're at the point where you're.
Oh, okay. We're going to put back the moon to summon out the Engraver now.
Now, this has already out of the field, though. Doesn't matter what Marco does with this field now. His opponent is in top deck mode because the Diviner can just be attacked over. And there is nothing left. There is nothing. Oh, he just activated Draconets? Did he just point to it? Are we having a secret effect here?
Maybe that's another one of those cases. I'm not aware of it, but let's see. Maybe we can find it.
But it did get destroyed.
If it is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a ritual monster from your hand on deck, but I don't think Engraver doesn't do that. Nope. Play around that. Marco knew all along.
Good for those shenanigans.
Alright, hopefully they don't have evenly matched.
Massive display here by the Yubel Featsmith deck. Maybe you see here why this might be the best deck of the format right now, because it is also very much paired with a fantastic player, because Marco is piloting like an all-star, isn't he?
Oh,
That's it's Yama time. And with some Saudi Lotus was negated on summon, meaning it never tried Team Activate. Therefore, in main phase 2, we are absolutely free to do it now.
That is such a cool spot from Marco there. Yeah, being able to crash the Lotus, triggering the
They
Yama
did had if they did have evenly matched, they would have immediately went for battle phase.
The droplet has to be preemptively used because it doesn't contribute for cost. So we can now go for the Spirit of Yubel and play the game.
Now we have big full combo.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, honorable mention. We
Playing
have
against
200
another
different
stupid ass burn stun player.
Very much, very much. Also, I mean,
The
I
only
would say
difference
when
is
we use the Call by
Trickstar is
the Grave,
objectively
that might
less
be the best value
cringe.
we can get for the Call by the Grave on the Druid Swarm. But realistically, Call by the Grave on some Saudi Lotus is probably the best thing you can do against Evil decks, right?
I feel like negating the Druid.
Probably.
So the issue is that Druidstorm was 2,500 attack, so I think you could get rid of all of your follow-up if you, because then you'd have to banish twice from the Draconets, right? Not just one monster from the grave?
By
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's 2,500. It negates and destroys.
Yeah, you have to manage
right.
monsters
Oh,
for
wow.
the attack points. You have to make sure that works out.
Maybe he was considering his follow-up, which is why he didn't stop the Druid's Worm, but now Marco basically just has to sequence. Even a small, mediocre combo should be able to deal with a Drytron deck in top deck.
Because there was also quite a big amount of Drytrons banished already by the Dragons. So if you go into SP Little Knight at some point, you're going to banish
Spear mode.
and then you're even putting your opponent out of top deck. They're probably very, very hardly there is for sure. I mean, Desiree will also probably be summoned to use eventually. That means there's one more card to stop. Yeah,
Hilarious.
Phantom, of course, a card that always is going to be there when there is a Yubel end field, so it's looking rough out here for Sven Redman and his Drytron deck. He's going to be dire need the most insane top deck of his turn. Not so far again. It's already being pretty relaxed at this time. This is maybe someone who has accepted his change. Yeah, Nudra's on the field now too.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. In Smith Engine, you can see some nice sequencing there because we recycled the close heaven early. It means. And that's the end of the game. Yeah, Fist Bump top deck not going to be able to deal with Varadras and Desiree. That's it. That's the end of Drytron.
The U-Bell is back. I mean, it's not over yet, so that's 1-3-1.
Still in there.
Marco Pastor is a big opponent to overcome, so that is that shocker that you are losing to a player like that.
Yeah,
but this was a phenomenal display of U-Bell, showing why it is probably the next to beat at the start.
A little bit disappointed that Drytron managed to win the dice roll. That's a very advantage, especially in a combo mirror match.
I wanted to see more for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the idea because we didn't get to see a lot of the things, and I'm not going to spoil it right now because he might still, of course, have deep run into the tournament, so we're not going to say what his special techniques are, but there is a lot of things going on you don't usually see, so there's some unique stuff, and I was really happy when I saw the list, and I was like, yeah, we're going to see that for the first time. Didn't happen. Yes, I am unhappy about it, but I'm happy that Base will be in there and maybe just continues around now. Honestly, though, you gotta be realistic. As a Drytron player, you have to win those matches when you win the The other ones can fight, but the ones go for it, you gotta win.
I think ultimately it comes down to just the deck building of the UBL deck, right? It's a fairly compact engine. You still have a decent amount of space, you know, compared to Valve of like hand traps, and combining them with PV skills specifically, it causes so much disruption in the mirror match, and of course, just coincidentally also severely.
They're definitely going
to be honest,
first deck.
Always drawing 2 or 3 hand traps and then having 2 very strong cards in hand. That's also kind of correct in those matches.
Yeah, but that's the deck building. I mean, you just build it in that way where those ratios add up, and you know it's why
evenly match should do perfectly against them.
He is well prepared for this event and is very knowledgeable with the UBL deck. And, you know, we saw some really cool lines that I think maybe more less experienced players wouldn't be able to detect.
Absolutely, for sure. Like, you could tell that there was a lot of playtesting going on overall. For sure. And I mean, we're just definitely having the feeling that he was just probably putting in loads and loads and loads of hours throughout the last couple of weeks, maybe even months leading up to this tournament. And, I mean, we had an Italian player going to the World Championship with Yuval being Barone, getting top 4 at the European Championship. So maybe the Italians, after being very much closely connected to the Flanderies deck in the past, may now have found a new connection with the Yuval deck. Who knows? I think you should still go for a Fluanderies. It's an absolutely phenomenal deck, right? Because I think
it's runic.
Nations like Italy, basically, sometimes I mean, you feel like the entire country is building their decks together, right?
Also, what the hell? I can barely see this.
That so many Italian players were on Burning Abyss, and basically everyone played Necros. But Celebrate was a very French deck, but other decks were very Italian. Fluanderies, it was very French deck. No, for sure, it was. I agree. I mean, also, like, Esteban Ray was Italian as well.
That's it.
Tempai. I think I saw a couple of Tempai players overall. So, yeah, I definitely would agree that they also are huge.
Come on, be better.
Deck, but maybe they're just overall all-around powerhouses. Maybe Italians are just here to take another title. They won the European Championship. They are now also here to win another YCS, maybe. I mean, it's kind of not a nation thing if you just decide to play the best deck, right? I mean, it is for sure, but seriously, when you saw the numbers at the European Championship, the Italians
well represented in terms of numbers, but when you saw the top cut, they showed up. They were there in masses, and now they're back here winning featured matches in Lille. So let's hear it from the winner of this round, and then I'll win his interview. Thank you very much, Basti. Yes, I am joined by Marco now, who's just won that round 4 feature match here at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series in Lille. Marco, congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Right now, I have a 4-0 score, so I only try to not make mistake and go as long as I can.
What other decks have you gone up against so far?
I went against 2 mirror matches, so 2 and 1 millennium.
How are you finding the current format?
I pretty like the play style, even if the fact that the deck puts a lot of it's not so healthy, I think, but I pretty enjoying playing the deck.
And you've still got a few more rounds of this today and tomorrow.
Yeah, 4.
What is it that you're not looking going up against with the Ubel deck?
Mirror match,
Makes sense.
Runic Stun, and also Shifter deck.
Okay. Which there are quite a few of in this current format.
Actually, Ritual Beast, it's tough if you lost the dice roll.
And so into this, you're obviously up against Drytron. Now, what kind of things go through your head? Or realizing what your opponent's playing, how do you prepare?
Okay, I was grateful for to a friend of mine that is Mania that told me about Drytron cards right before the event, so I know all the cards. I only had to check the little effect, action, and so on. My deck is pretty geared against that deck because you have a lot of entraps and also your engine push really well again versus Destiny Gates. I felt pretty fine.
Excellent. Well, do you think you can take it all the way to the top cut?
I think I will try my best.
That's all we can ask. Congratulations,
Thank
Marco.
you very much.
I'm going to let you go and join Marcello over there, so you can put that microphone down. You can go join him. Lovely to meet you. Well done. Congratulations. And you guys are going to go and do a little bit of that post-match analysis. So, like we say, this is one of the bits that we're starting to try and do more and more of here, where our duelists get to sit with one of the commentators who's not on the main match. They're sitting backstage and they're watching through that match, making note of any of those really important points there. And then we have the ability to put some of those replays on the screen, and then we get to talk to those players about it. Oh, in fact, hang on. We need to get one of the microphones. Marcello, they're over here on this chair for some reason. Don't worry, just a little technical moment. Grab one of those, and therefore now everything's going to be fine. And now that our two commentator and player have their microphones, I'm going to hand you guys over to Marcello and Marco. We're going to go through this round 4 feature match play by play.
Hi everyone, and again, congratulations Marco, amazing match, always good to see a really strong Italian player representing, and yeah, you've had some consistency and success in a few years, and yeah, so hopefully this one will be your chance.
I hope so.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, you had a great start, 4-0, so all half the way from day one at least.
Yeah.
So we're going to wish you best of luck for the remaining, but I just want to highlight some of the critical decisions throughout this match.
Yeah.
It seems like you have a bit of experience, and I think especially some of these were average player.
Yeah.
So I think we can bring up the first clip that I think is interesting, and it is your decision of the 1-for-1, which is obviously the crucial play when everything got stopped. And usually you would see some Sarah Lotus being brought, but instead you decided to go for luring.
Yeah.
I think it makes a lot of sense, but can you explain maybe what was the line, kind of?
Yeah. The fact is that my only issue was SP, so I had to force them out. And if I went to the Lotus line, I would have been punished from SP, banish, or I have to done a Lichu like Yama that would have been banished of SP and would not be so good for me. So instead, I choose to do line that not get punished by.
Oh yeah, I can't
so,
deal damage. Dang it.
And so it was forced to do SP on my beckoning list, and it was pretty free. And from that, I could go off.
Exactly. No, it makes a lot of sense.
What the hell, they can do something?
If this was more of a decision of you comboing off, the next one I want to bring up is the opposite. So it's you stopping your opponent. So let's bring up the clip. which is about game 2 and this decision with the Magnote. Essentially, here you have to choose between hitting the Drytron or hitting the Ben 10, and it can change a bit.
Oh,
You can try and get us into your mind. Okay. Against this
wacky.
combo decks that has a lot of pushes, you kind of have to put them on F extender. But if I would let resolve, it would to get them out of the search.
They know one of these is Incantation Inception. The goal here is to try to make it confusing unless they have Harpy's Feather Duster. They're gonna need to snipe it.
With this decision, if it has not, it would have other pushes, he would have not played.
Absolutely, and yeah, this again is. And in the previous case, for how you can play better with your engine, in this case, or like you can never beat every card in the game, so it's good to have a decision on which one is more likely than the other.
But actually, I missed the OTK because I had done another line because I would have to punish Yuba to special summon Area Leader and after summon back. But I missed a piece, so it was not perfect.
Yeah, I think it can make sense because
It's my fault for popping off. I might actually lose here because I completely forgot about one day of pieces.
the last decision before we say
Battle
goodbye,
negation effect.
The last clip is this just showcase how good you are as a duelist. This was not an obvious play, I think, for me. When you decide to crash with the Samsara that was negated just to bring it back. And I think this was really, really well played by you.
Yeah, the fact is that I don't have OTK, I only have 20. It is on top deck, I don't care if I do negates on the board. So don't care of the OTK.
Yeah.
They
And,
might potentially
again,
win here.
This a lesson for you guys on how good Marco is as a player. Again, we wish you best of luck.
There's
Thank you
the
guys.
field
And
spell.
before we head on a break, let's go back to Ed.
Thank you very much, Marcello. Always nice to hear from our players in those rounds. Just exactly what goes through their minds in some of those play-by-plays.
Let's just break everything here.
Before went into that round 4 feature match, I rudely interrupted Tom in the middle of an interview. So we're going to finish that off before we get into our round 5 feature match. Don't go anywhere. And then
Excellent. So I just want to keen viewers may have noticed that there's only 2 out of 3 of you here right now. So where's Spawn though? Where's Spawn?
it's here. It's in little. Not in the menu. Like we just got today.
So what I'm feeling is for him, second place, absolutely not good enough. You know, I've got to practice, I've got to qualify again, I've got to go back again, I've got to win.
You see, that's what you think, but at the same time, he is here. He is going to play the YCS, so he is not going to have the time. For some reason, he wants that grind stage. He wants that grind stage. He wants to play the first day of the first day. So I don't know if he's already. I think he's already just apparently at the hotel just playing the duelist cup. I don't know if he's going to show up later or something like that.
Well, you got to respect it. Clearly, like, he loves the game. And you know, there's that old saying,
I
like,
kinda can't win anymore.
qualifying.
In a battle of attrition, Runic always comes out on top.
You've got to work against again. Do you feel like that's a target of yours, or?
Like for me personally, I've really been feeling like I've been wanting to go back to try and qualify for the TT World. But that's the cool thing about being here in general. I don't limit myself to TT or Master Duel. I will probably just play TCG events, but if there's ever a duelist stuff that doesn't like go on the same weekend as a YCS or something. So kind of just like see if one of them works. But if I could just choose, I would try to qualify. Simply because we've done it in Master Duel last year. Never done it. But if we get to go back for Master Duel, that helps. So I am also going to try for 2 triple stuff.
Emre, what about you? What's your target?
Yeah, I got one already. I want to go back to roll. Not matter which roll.
You say that every time.
Every time, yeah. So I don't know. I think I would prefer Master Duel. But 3 environment is really cool. And I don't think it's
you rolled so that also I guess I'll take one rank again. But yeah, I got one more.
So, talk us a little bit about the deck building aspect, because that's really exciting to me, especially someone more familiar with the TCG. Over the deck now, it allows 3 copies or however many on the delivered team, which is crazy. So, how did you feel building last year as well? Do you feel like the experience helped?
I would say so. I feel like we walked championship happy with our lineup well that went because we went into it like first try, I mean that kind of format. There was no like testing ground for us. And so we got to experience how that worked last year with like what kind of shared card makes sense, what kind of makes sense together, like how do you start the lineup? Do you like try to because each player has to have 2 decks.
Still can't go for lethal.
Both of your decks could in theory only play one of your deck the entire event, which is what Jack did last year almost with the tournament. Because you were like, okay, tournament is the best deck in the format. Pretty much every single round. We need a very specific reason to switch off of tournament. But like, there's other decks where maybe there aren't matchups in the format where you're like, no, I don't want to play that deck in that matchup, so I want to have a deck that makes sense for that. And so all these kind of thoughts that go into like which kind of decks you pair together, which kind of cards you need to share, because there are shared cards like that, the exception to the right, like which for everyone is just obviously going to be like Maxi and Ash boss, but the third one is always the one where got some wiggle. Yeah, long story short, I think it's a very interesting format, but the experience
Fair enough.
I feel like
And do you think if you played the same event again, you'd have picked almost the same deck? Anything?
well, I know he would. He loved the Centurion deck.
That actually means I can't use Talismander's effect.
I
Yikes.
think so. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with. I did think that on the tournament, Jesse's tournament deck was really strong, which is something that we hadn't considered for. Because Jack was playing the more like first standard deck, and Jace was playing like the all over the place 60 card. Dawn Scaper was in there, all that kind of stuff. Version of the deck, which just had more, I feel like, high um, which maybe that is something we should have considered. It was just like a matter of I said like Jack version of Tyrion. If that was one night, so ultimately regrets in that part. So I think Jesse's still on there.
So, probably, you have that 2 different decks. Sometimes you're playing against someone you think, oh, I don't want to play deck A, so I'll play deck B. Do you ever have any good mind games like that? Did you ever think, oh, maybe I want to play deck A, then they won't play their deck A, and you play this infinite game of rock, paper, scissors in your head or something like that?
Yeah, that was especially I feel like true for me. Other guys didn't have sort of mind gaming decks that really want to catch a specific matchup, but like don't care about others. I had that Labyrinth deck that was specifically made to counter QL decks in Master, and if anyone of my teammates plays against someone who's playing QL, which is a very powerful deck, so we don't expect them to switch off of it. I can just bring that Labyrinth deck into it, which was honestly, it was like that matchup. And so the problem is, as you play the tournament, obviously, kind of stuff is available. That's the right. Watch the games, and so people will know at some point. Oh, Josh has the Labyrinth, and so I was like always caught in this like mind game where if someone had QL, eventually know that I'm playing a Labyrinth. But in top 4, it actually worked out because one of our Japanese opponents had a Labyrinth deck, had a QL deck rather. I played the Labyrinth deck because I felt like their second deck was not good enough to my Fire King deck, so they could do that. And I got it off, and they started my Labyrinth deck with the QL deck, and they did not win.
And then, right, what 2 decks?
Panda locks me out.
So the idea was play Centurion against every deck.
The extra deck.
Like Fire King or Snake Eye. Because the matchup is not that great, you still don't get value. So I was trying to figure out a deck that beats the prior deck consistently.
Unless they can bring this back somehow. I win on next turn.
And every time when I played against the pirate player, also the player won, he can also play the pirate king. I played against Austin in the last round because of how the matchup worked.
Ah, sphere mode.
I had one race against the other side.
Hilarious.
And that worked.
Smart move, not tributing candle.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, because none of my opponents game one played pirate king. So I knew either boss or one played against them. So I
What's that other card?
their second deck also was big Centurion and
Pot of Duality.
I think so every time I played against Fire King 7 once where he didn't play Fire King, decks were also big. So that also.
I don't know, let's bring back Opio. What's the worst that could happen? Time Tearing, Runic Slumber, Card Scanner. I know what they're picking. It's kind of obvious. Why Card Scanner? Why is card... This is a terrible Runic deck.
Europe. I've never traveled to an 18 YCSs. It is something that we were used to as other game at first when you can take the time, look at the other teams, they will like ask questions, this or that, which is a question that is not always not playing the game yourself. You have to follow the entire team. The cards the opponent is already shown.
That was fun. Man, TCG is so much better. I fucking hate Master Duel.